Hello there, and welcome to the Tammy Tuckey Show. My name is Tammy Tuckey, and it's good to see you. So, a lot has happened since I've seen most of you for my last interview in 2024. So, with the holidays, it unfortunately brought the passing of my mom, Pam Tuckey. And she and my dad always made sure they tuned in live to hear each and every interview. So, this is the first one she will not be a part of. And it's so interesting because this particular reunion had been scheduled for some time now prior to my mom's passing, and she was so excited for it. And I guess the universe works in very mysterious ways, because if it wasn't for my mom, we wouldn't be here today with the cast and crew. So picture a 5-year-old me walking into a consignment shop store with my mom and browsing the VHS tape section. That's how long ago this was. And something on the shelf was brightly pink and had Barbie and the EPCOT ball on the front cover. There it is, the Barbie birthday party. There's I had to put my name on there. I don't know why, but I did. But my eyes went wide and I asked my mom if I could have it, and she said yes. So that's how I was introduced to this special EPCOT stage show that premiered over 30 years ago in 1993. So tonight, we are celebrating that show with its creators and cast. And I'm going to let Barbie herself from the 1993 Walt Disney World Christmas Parade introduce the show to you. So this is the Magical World of Barbie.
Hello. Hi, Regis. Hi, Joan. Merry Christmas. And what a wonderful way to spend Christmas morning, here with all of my special friends. Oh, and guess what? Skipper Ken and I would like to invite you to see our brand new show at EPCOT 94. It's called The Magical World of Barbie. It's got music and dancing, and, well, let's just take a look at a little bit of it right now.
In Barbie's world, there's no limitations. In Barbie's world, there's nothing you can't do. In Barbie's world, use your imagination and make your dreams come true. Come with us, right this way. Come with us, let's go play in Barbie's world. There's no surfing like the surfing in the land of Oz. There's no surfing like the surfing in the land of Oz. Wah-wah-oo, ah-ah-ah, ooh. Wah-wah-oo, ah-ah-ah, ooh. Wah-wah-oo, ah-ah-ah. It's a jungle out there, and the farther that we roam makes us think we're better off a little closer to home. It's a jungle out there, and the farther that we go, by and by we're sure to spot, come face to face or eye to eye, with a lion, tiger, or a bear. 'Cause it's a jungle, it's a jungle, oh, it's a deep, dark African jungle out there.
You got the Barbie touch. All you gotta do is accessorize. You got the touch, the Barbie touch. Just a trick or two, try it on for size if you can. It's the fame, it's the latest fashion craze. You got the Barbie touch today.
So let's welcome the cast and crew. Here they come. We're going to add them one by one. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm so excited to have all of you. Why don't we have each of you introduce yourself and your role, and we'll go in the order of the Brady Bunch boxes. So does Christie want to go first?
Of course, Christie will go
Wait,
first.
how did Kim get in the middle?
She's always in the middle. She deserves to be in the middle.
Of course.
She's Kim.
I'm the only boy. I should be in the middle.
Kitty. Billy always wants to be on center.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
go ahead.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead, start, Kezia.
Okay, I'm talking. Okay. So my name is Kezia Rolle, and I am Christie, Barbie's first African-American friend.
Oh, am I next because I'm way over
Yeah.
there?
You're next.
All right. My name's Billy Flanigan. I was Ken, representing.
Yes. Sandy, you want to go next?
Sure. Yes. I'm Sandy Austin. I was I was the head costumer for the show, and I worked directly with the designer in creating all the amazing costumes for the show.
Yay.
And I'm in the center, so I'll go next, William. My name is Kimberly Zurzolo, and I was the thorn in Ken's side, Skipper. And I also subbed Barbie.
Cathy, you're up.
I'm Cathy Cox. I was a costume stylist for the promotional photos and also for the video that was a cooperation between Disney and Mattel.
And hi, I'm Beth McShane, and I was Barbie.
Yay!
Hey,
Bless you.
can't keep me next to Kezia. I'm allergic to her.
Oh,
Can't move me.
whatever.
And Heather, your turn. Welcome on board too.
Hi, so good to see everyone. I'm Heather
Oh my
Wise,
gosh.
and I was Teresa.
So this
Barbie's
is so
Spanish
exciting
friend.
to have you all here. Thank you very much for being a part of the brand new year of 2025. But it doesn't seem like it was that long ago that we got EPCOT 94. And I think a lot of people always question why Barbie. And I went through this on an editorial I made back in 2019 that Disney and Mattel had a great, relationship with toys and everything like that. So when you guys heard about this show coming to EPCOT, what were your initial thoughts? And that whole time during the audition process, were you like, is this going to work? Or what did you guys initially think?
I always thought it made so much sense because EPCOT represents different countries from all around the world. And Barbie was traveling around the world to all these different countries to help save whatever needed to be saved. So when people said, oh, why is Barbie at EPCOT? I'm like, it makes so much sense to me. Anyway, and I know that Kim and I were very, very excited when this was coming because our show, Broadway at the Top, was about to close.
Yep.
And it was almost like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And, we said, well, there's a Barbie show coming. So hopefully we'll get to be in that show. And it happened. So that was great for us.
Yeah, I'll go.
Well, I'll
I
tell you,
couldn't
when I
wait.
first auditioned. Oh, go ahead. You go, Kim.
No, go ahead. I was just gonna say, I second Billy. I thought it was a great place for the show. I wish it would have lasted a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah, absolutely. I remember I was third runner-up to Miss America, so I was on national television. And so they called me right after Miss America, and they said, hey, we've got a great part for you. This is Disney calling. And I was like, what? Okay. And I thought I was going to be Belle because to me, I was Belle. And they're like, no, you're going to be Barbie. I was like, Barbie? And then I had remembered Variety had run an ad looking for identical twins who could ice skate, dance on point, and sing. And I was like, well, that's not me. So I really couldn't put it together till I got there and met the cast. And then it all made sense for me.
Heather?
Yeah,
Oh,
come on,
my
ladies. Go
goodness.
ahead. Jump on
My
in.
God.
Billy,
I
oh
am
my gosh,
awfully
you guys,
silent
it sounds
syndrome.
so good to see you all.
So good to see you.
Well, for me, I didn't realize, I guess I hadn't even put two and two together that Barbie and Epcot should belong to one another. I just felt like Disney can do anything and it's going to be magical no matter what they do. So I remember when I went for my audition, it had always been my dream to dance for Disney. And so when they hired me and said I was going to do this Magical World of Barbie show, I was like, all right, whatever, let's go.
Yeah.
So I was really excited to just get to Disney and do my first contract. And it was an amazing experience, an opportunity. And like Beth said, I feel like it just kind of all worked out. And like Billy said, it just made sense that we were bringing Barbie to life at EPCOT, where she could travel the world and solve everybody's problems and wear all the fashion and just have all kinds of different cultural experiences. And I thought it was really magical.
Yes. And it was magical. Yeah, well,
I want to hear from the costumers. I want to know what the
Oh,
costumers
yes.
thought about
You
this
see, we
show.
don't care what you have to say. Go ahead,
Oh, what
Sandy.
Some things never change.
I know some things never change. Still petty. Yeah, no, well, with my experience, I knew that once I went to the audition for the Magical World of Barbie, I just like Heather said, I had always wanted to work for Disney, and I was dancing for another theme park at the time. So, they brought us into this huge audition, and we sang and we danced, and Ronnie Rodriguez just brought us in and knew that he was bringing in the right cast for the Magical World of Barbie show. They searched everywhere in order to find us. And, it turned out to be an amazing experience for us. It worked at the time for Mattel and also for Disney. It just didn't work as long as we wanted it to. We had a lot of rewrites, many, until we finally got to the perfect show for us. And it worked. It was a great experience for us.
And
Kezia, where did you audition?
In Orlando.
Oh, you flew to Orlando? You were in
I drove
Miami,
to
weren't you?
Orlando. No, I was in
Yeah.
Jacksonville, and I drove to Orlando for the
Oh.
audition. Yeah. So I was between Jacksonville, and then I was dancing for Busch Gardens at the time. So I just went straight there for the audition.
And to continue on what Kezia was saying, one of the best parts about this show was the cast. I have never been in a cast, even before or after, that has been as tight, as close. You're talking costumers, technicians, performers, sound people. We were so close, and we were such an amazing family. And we did so much on the outside together, which just made this show so special. I feel like they're all my sisters. Kezia and Kim and I, but it's all in fun.
Yeah. We played a lot.
A lot. Yeah.
Look at these cuties. Look at all of you guys.
Oh, so young.
So young.
Babies.
So fun. Oh, yeah. But
And look at the colors.
The colors are bright. Yes, the costuming was absolutely incredible. I speak to my students now about some of the costumes that we wore in the Magical World of Barbie show, and that ostrich coat that I had on, that $30,000 coat. I mean, I just can't believe it. Some of the things that they placed on us in order to replicate the actual Barbie doll fashions was truly amazing.
And Kezia, that still lives in creative costuming over at Disney Event Group on a mannequin.
Somebody told me that it is on a mannequin. It's
still there. Yeah.
I want to go see it.
I'll be there on Monday. I'll take a picture and send it to you.
Oh, please do. Please do. Yeah, someone told me that it was there, but they were like, yeah, you've got to come see it. And I want to go see it.
Yeah.
So it's on display.
It's history.
Like in a museum?
It's in the costuming room. So you go in the room for a fitting, and it's right there on a mannequin as soon as you walk in.
I love that.
And Heather, your red dress too is in there as well.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of the other ones that are over at the costuming design area.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Here's one.
Them.
Yeah, Disney
Where is
just
the
had
200-pound wedding dress?
Yeah, where is that one? That would be a good question. Where they stored that one? That's the Bob Mackie.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a Bob Mackie dress. Yes.
I don't know.
I
where
know that one.
is. Yeah.
I know that the one, Sandy, that you had told me they actually put it out for a Disney D23 event. So here it is.
Yes.
Oh, Tina Boo.
This is the
Oh, hey, Tina.
Liz's dress. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
look at
Liz's.
Tina
And that's
Bonita.
Liz's dress.
I thought it would be perfect to put both of them together.
Aw.
So sweet.
But
And that was
this
Meg's
is from
dress.
Midge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Midge.
That was
Midge's
Midge's
dress.
dress.
Midge's dress.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Liz wore that.
Liz.
Yes.
I put Midge and Liz together. Yes. Yes. Liz Eckhoff. Aw.
Because this
Amazing.
for Tina, she was in this particular photo shoot. This is the one that Cathy, you said you worked on, and there's Billy in the car.
Oh
Aw,
my gosh.
so
How
fun.
Oh
cute.
yeah, I remember
That's
that.
where they
Mhm.
cast the show. So I thought I had a pretty good chance once they put me in the car. Yeah.
Yeah.
You are the quintessential Ken, Billy. It's amazing.
Oh,
Absolutely.
he really brought the doll to life. So, regardless of what Billy and I say about each other, but he did an amazing job. He was an excellent singer. He embodied Ken. So you did
Yes.
it, Billy. You did
Yes.
it.
Thanks, Kezia. And you were
1000%.
on that stage. You were
I was there.
stage.
I was there.
I love you so much. I miss
Here's
you.
a little-
I can't even tell you.
Here's another
Oh.
close up. Sorry, I just wanted to add this. These are the other photos that Cathy had sent over too, of like just a
Okay.
close up of what they were doing. And I just love these costumes and these hair pieces. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Those aren't our wigs.
Not at all.
They aren't.
But I had to do the photo shoot way before any of the costumes were even finished, and some weren't even designed yet.
Yeah.
So they were sending out publicity for the show. So they said, just do some fun, like Barbie doll kind of clothes, and they explained the setting, and that's what I came up with. Of course, it's
So
not
Great.
as spectacular as what
colorful.
Lynn did, but it worked.
It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
Yeah.
It did.
Mhm.
So let's talk about, the production side of things. So, Rhonda Counts was supposed to join us tonight. She was the art director. So we have some behind the scenes footage. But she sent over some photos. She couldn't join us tonight. She really wanted to be a part of it. She said it was a very difficult process because, you had to get it really perfect. And Mattel was approving a lot of what we're seeing on stage.
They
the
were.
costumes, everything, right?
Yeah, they have full approval of all of it.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
that's very difficult in of itself. So you have to get everybody to say yes. So Rhonda and I met a couple of years ago, and so that's a photo of us together with the award that is given to Barbie in the show. She kept it, so she has it. She's like, "Hey, I wanted to bring it." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, it's history that I got to hold."
Yes.
And that thing
That's
is
the
heavy.
Earth and Animals Award. That's the Earth and Animal Award from
Yeah.
Australia.
Yeah. So she said that Rhonda actually was supposed to sit in for the little girls that were supposed to come up on stage and get the Barbie touch. So she said that during the rehearsal she would do that. So that's her on the right with you, Beth, standing in to do that. So she sent that one over, and there's looks like that's Kelly.
Hey, Kelly. Yeah. Oh, Kelly Rice.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kelly.
On the left with Rhonda.
Yeah.
And then Rhonda said one of her family members, one of the little ones, got to go on stage, and she said that was what made the entire process of this show worth it for her. And that was the moment she got it to capture it on camera with Billy. So she just said that was a magical moment for her,
That's
particularly because the little one got to go on stage. So
And that's
The
Tab
Barbie
with
touch.
you, right? That's
Yeah.
Tab.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is. Mhm.
Wow.
yeah.
Amazing.
Oh, it looks like Andy Warren is here. Andy was he in stage crew?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andy.
Yes.
Andy Warren.
Nice to see you, Andy. He wants to join in. I will send you a link, Andy. You'll just give me like 2 minutes here. Let's actually play the behind the scenes footage while we're waiting, and I can send that link over to Andy. So you're gonna see Rhonda talking, who is the art director who couldn't be here tonight. She's gonna talk about the production, and then you're gonna see Lynn Ford, who Sandy and Cathy worked with on costumes. And Lynn is no longer with us either. So here's a little clip. This is from the Barbie's birthday
Didn't know
party video. Yeah.
I can't think of anything more exciting than a live musical stage show starring Barbie. But there's so many things you have to do to make her show perfect. You need fabulous places for her to go, incredible gadgets and gizmos, and of course, gorgeous costumes that are totally Barbie. The first person we're going to meet is the art director for Barbie's show. The art director is a very important person. She's the one who creates all the great ideas for the Barbie show. Let's see how she does it. What is the first thing that happens when someone asks you to create a special show for Barbie?
Well, we develop a team and we sit around and we try to imagine how we can best create the magical world of Barbie. And we went and got a lot of the toys from the toy store. We looked at how they transformed. Everything always transforms in the Barbie world. All of our vehicles, they start out as one thing and become another. And then we had to Barbieize them, like the glitter that we put on it and the gold. But it's Barbie's magical world, and that's what we wanted to create.
This place is about as cool as it gets. This is where they make all the beautiful outfits for the Barbie show. And wait till you see some of her incredible fashions. Barbie is going to look so pretty.
Barbie is a fashion queen. You know, she has great looks. She has a look for absolutely everything you could ever think of to do. And it's always done from head to toe, fully accessorized, bright colors, great hairdos. We're having a great time, so it's been a pleasure.
Wow, Barbie's going to look great on stage.
And she did. She was fantastic. And her friends, of course, too. There's Andy.
Andy!
I was enjoying the popcorn. Andy Warren!
Oh, did he disappear? What happened, Andy?
Billy scared
He'll come
him.
back.
Kim.
He'll come back. He'll come back. But yeah, it looked like so you guys were doing late night. You could tell that this wasn't during the day. You guys were doing late night rehearsals. How late was this? Was this like 2 a.m. type of rehearsal?
All night. Yes.
All night until sunup. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the freezing cold.
In the freezing cold. In a bikini on the water at EPCOT.
Oh my gosh. That must have been fun.
It was super fun.
It was an experience.
Yeah.
You showed a clip. Actually, I don't even remember that carriage that I pulled
I
up
don't
in.
either.
That's the
That was
original
when we
version.
did the ballet.
Yeah.
One of the
Yeah.
original.
Oh, that was in
The original or the second
Yes,
original?
we were
There were a
Great.
lot of things that were
First
made for that
original.
show. Yeah,
That was the
that
first
didn't-
original when we had the tap dancing and we had the ballet number.
Ballet
That's
on
where
Point.
that carriage
Version.
came from.
Yes.
That's where that carriage came from, and then all that got cut.
I think some of the most beautiful costumes never even made it into the show because
Yes,
of that,
those
that
were-
masquerade ball and
Oh
you know,
yeah, I had
yeah.
a beautiful
The masquerade
Firebird
ball
costume. It
costumes,
was
they were
gorgeous.
gorgeous. Mm-hmm.
Now, Billy and I got to wear the Russian coats. Like when
Yes.
we did parades. We did the Christmas Day parades. We got
that.
to wear the Russian coats, and that was pretty special.
Yes, except on stage, I had shorts on underneath it, and it looked like I was a flasher.
Oh yes.
Oh, that's right.
Oh my
Is this from that scene? This is from the cut scene in Russia, the ballet. Is this it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Ninotchka.
Yes.
Ninotchka.
Look at
Yes.
that.
Those dresses and
Look at
costumes are
Carl in the
beautiful.
back.
It was difficult to dance ballet in that mask, I will say, and the cone head. We had a lot of challenges, but we made it work. It was so
Oh,
fun.
look, that would have been cool. There is actually, if you go onto the Disney Christmas Parade when they do the ending sequence of Forever Friends, they have like little snippets of the Russian ballet just splashed in there, and I was like, that was the first time I'd seen it. And I remember I texted you, Beth, like a while ago. I was like, can you believe it? They actually had footage of it. So I'm wondering if they still have it in the archives. That would be interesting to see. So that was like the only country that was cut. It was only the Russia sequence, or were there other countries that were cut?
I'm trying to think.
Trying to remember.
I know,
Can't
right?
remember.
It
I
was
just
so
remember
long
the tap
ago.
section got cut. That was it. I don't know.
Well,
I don't
we did
remember
the tap
tapping.
one with Marilyn. That was the finale, wasn't it? You got to have friends.
Oh,
You gotta have friends.
I
Yes.
We had all
forgot
those
about that.
those costumes that got cut as well because those
Oh
were
yeah. Those
beautiful.
the glitzy costumes,
Oh,
they were
those
gone.
suits
Hmm.
Yeah.
were so nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, well, that was the second version, right?
Yeah.
And then that one got cut because Mattel wasn't too thrilled with that number.
Nope.
With-
Click Elaine. That's
But
what
that
I'm
was
told.
those costumes got used for a lot of events after that.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, I
Well, that's
wore it.
good.
I have a picture of myself, and I wore them for another event. But it was like that's my original line.
What? Billy has a picture of himself?
What? Do you see this wall behind me?
I see the whole
I mean, every
wall
once
of
in a-
you behind you. Wonder why he has an entire wall of him. Wonder why.
Because he's just Ken. That's
He's
that's
Ken.
I just
He's
can't.
Ken.
As he serenades us.
See, I'm actually kind of surprised that when Barbie, the film came out, there was really no reference to 90s Barbie in the film, which was kind of depressing to me. I was like, what happened? It just completely erased. But, Disney's probably like, darn, this cash cow could have been something in Epcot.
Well,
Thought the same,
crazy.
for sure.
It would be cool to see it brought back because the theater, the stage is still there. And a lot of people, you probably, those who are watching now, the audience, you probably have walked by and there's been concerts, with, different bands and everything like that. But that was the stage near the American Adventure where didn't they have like a full renovation of that theater before
For
you
the
came
show,
in?
yeah. Because we used to do the show, and it was
just a stage.
no backing, so you saw Spaceship Earth from the show during the show. So they enclosed the theater to put the Magical World of Barbie in there.
They did.
That's awesome. I know it looks great. Still, everything's pretty much the same, right? Anybody been backstage since?
Oh, yes, several times. Like, we do events there all the time, so that's really nice. But Andy, a rumor had it that Mattel paid for that stage to be transitioned into what it is. Do you know if that's?
Well, that was beyond my pay grade, as they say. I don't know. I know we took the All American College Orchestra across the lagoon for the rest of that summer as they were building the stage. And then we opened up, was it 93 we opened?
Yep.
93.
Yeah.
Actually, the first event in there was the Harlem Boys Choir.
Oh.
They performed in there, and then we came in.
Yeah,
We
Ken, I
opened
remember.
Thanksgiving Day, and then we closed the next day. Y'all remember
Yep.
that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And spent nights there for like a week.
30 days.
30 days, 30 rewrites. Yeah.
Yes.
It
30
was
days, 30
crazy.
rewrites until we
across.
finally got it right.
Yeah.
What was the
But,
one?
you know,
30 days and
Barbie and
30
Rehearsal.
rewrites.
That was one of the rewrites.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about it is that it was Mattel and Disney, and we just had to make sure that the marriage. just had to
Everyone
be
was
right.
happy.
Everybody
Right.
had to be happy, and
It was tricky because Disney's used to calling the shots and so was Mattel. And, it's like Barbie is their Mickey Mouse. That's the icon of the brand. So, for everybody to be happy was very difficult.
yes,
But, eventually it came up with a show that everybody was happy with.
yeah, everyone loved.
Didn't Michael Eisner have to come in and do like an official approval too?
Oh, he's the one that closed it. The opening day, he closed it.
Yeah.
Like, nope, not doing that one. And he went back into rehearsal. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
so
what brought
everything that we
Marilyn
worked
Maggie
on,
to
everything
kind
we
of,
worked on was gone.
Yeah.
And they would completely change. It's not like just a little change. It was
Yeah.
like, we're going to
It
take
was
this
a brand new show.
2 minutes out of their show and we add brand new dance number.
Every
And
time.
it was new choreography.
Yeah.
Different because I
New
used to
costumes, new
be in
everything.
the opening number as a dancer, as Ken as a dancer, and then Marilyn's like, "Nope, we're gonna have you drive Barbie out." So I got to sit backstage, and Kezia got to put gel in my brush, and I would brush my hair backstage before I went on, and
And
then
I
it was
loved it.
gel.
Every moment on it.
And you wore a
Oh,
hat
yeah.
the entire show. I remember that.
That one I did.
Oh,
I
he
really
was
did.
so
mad, and she did nothing but laugh the entire
I
show.
laughed the entire.
And I made you do a jump split that show. Do you remember while I was in the submarine changing because I was so mad at you, and I'm like, so because they were changing me as I was in there sticking my head out saying my lines, and I said, so Teresa, why don't you show everybody that trick you do? And you said, what trick? And I said, that big jump split that you do. You're so good at it, everybody. You want to hear Teresa do a jump split? And the audience is like, yeah. It was good.
Hey, Billy,
Yeah.
can we discuss that change in the submarine?
Yeah. Yeah.
Beth knows exactly what I'm talking about.
What?
The real show was in that submarine and behind the stage. The real show was backstage.
There was a
And
technician,
you know.
myself, and a dancer in there changing me. Yeah.
And me,
What
I
are you
was in there
talking about?
too.
Yes,
We had
Barbie
to
was
walk
in there
in
too.
tandem.
Yeah. It was
Wait,
so
how
big.
big was this submarine? I don't remember. Like inside, was
Maybe
it?
4x4.
Wasn't very big.
It was teeny.
Yay big.
Oh my goodness.
With
Yeah.
2 portholes, one for Barbie and one for Ken. Ken's was first, and then Barbie's head stuck out. And we're literally walking and changing clothes at the same time. And someone is pushing the submarine for us as we're changing and talking. And funny things would happen inside that submarine.
I've never seen any pictures of the inside of the submarine, so I guess that is up to legend at this point,
Yes.
right?
There was one day Krabby and Glenn took my headshot and made me bald in my headshot.
Oh, yes.
All over backstage. Like, so I'd go in the sub and there'd be bald headshots inside the sub. And backstage at all the entrances in all the cars. I'd go to turn on one of the cars.
Yes. Oh,
There he is. There it is.
Oh my
But
God.
Oh my gosh!
Hey, that's my
Yeah.
wig.
For everyone that doesn't understand, Billy loves his hair with a passion. He loves his hair. So the one thing that I did is I would go over to his brush and fill it with gel. So when it was time for him to go on stage, he would brush his hair and I would hear him scream my name in the other dressing room. He would be so mad. And he would have to go on stage with his hair all messed up. And he would be mad.
Well, Kezia, you knew that I waited till the last minute to get to that car.
I know.
So I ran and I would throw my hair back and brush it really quick to spray it. And it was stuck with, oh gosh, I will never forget that day. And then you hit all the hats because I was looking for hats to put on and there was nothing.
I know. It was perfectly planned.
And there's
Always
the submarine. There,
Oh,
That's
there's
how big it was.
Ken. Oh, I love that.
That's Kelly.
I
Oh,
love
Oh, that's
it.
me as a tree.
Oh, it is. That's so
You got
funny.
Al Dollar on the right side.
Al
It is.
Dollar.
Yep.
Al
Yeah.
Dollar.
Where
That's
is
right.
Al?
That is left.
I thought he was going to be here.
Me
No,
too.
Michael
he
Knight
did
was
send
supposed to
some
be here too,
photos a
right?
while ago.
He's probably
Yeah,
like
a lot of
in the
people
middle of making
couldn't
a
make
movie
it.
or something.
Wait, that's Michael and then Ken Passman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Kim Pat, and that's Amy, I think, as Barbie.
Yes, it is.
Oh, yep, it is Amy.
Whatever happened to her?
Ooh.
She moved to Colorado and had a baby, I think.
Oh, very cool.
Really?
Nice.
That's what I heard.
That's awesome. Well, I know some people sent me some photos, so let's go through some more photos. I think we were having a lot of fun here. So
Yeah, I wonder who
here's the
sent
queen
that
of the
one.
hour.
Wonder who sent that.
I
Beautiful.
love that. That's
Wonder where those came
amazing.
from.
Love that
I
dress.
love
Earrings.
those
Kezia, were
jungle
those
outfits.
earrings heavy?
I know.
Yes, they were. They were clip-ons. They were heavy though.
Oh, there were clip-ons. Oh, even worse. That's even more
Yeah.
They,
painful.
yeah, they weren't that heavy though, were they? I remember
They weren't. No, they weren't crazy.
they were
heavy.
weren't
No.
fake. We shopped all that stuff in New York.
Yeah. Oh, they were great though. No, as long as they would stay on my ears so I could turn, I'm great. I was happy.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh, that jacket.
That's a
though.
beautiful wig. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. Wig ladies did their thing.
Oh, they were
Mhm.
amazing.
Yeah, the wigs were incredible.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's take a look at your runway walk. You sent this over, so let's take a look.
Okay.
Oh, there was Heather in the
Yeah,
back.
That was
Heather in
Heather.
the background.
looking
Love it.
fabulous. Best
Oh,
part of the show. Best part of the show, really.
Oh, it was
just
fun.
that
We had a
runway.
great time.
So fun.
Well,
Well,
after the
Gio
opening number, dancing so much, I know it was like down on the ground, up on the ground, jump roping, going from here to going to there. So it was so nice to have an ending that wasn't so,
Dancey.
entertaining. It was kind of
So
okay.
jumpy
we
dancy,
have to
yeah.
look forward to
Yeah.
the end of the show.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Gio and Gina couldn't make it, so they both sent their own videos. So I'm gonna play Gio's video to us all.
What's up?
Aw.
George Ubella here, aka Gio,
Oh my
aka
gosh.
Alan
Georgie.
from the Barbie Show. How is everybody? How are you? I apologize I could not be with you this evening. I planned on it, But I have a rehearsal tonight that I must attend. Originally from Brooklyn, New York. I remember getting to the Barbie show with my accent. Everybody was digging my accent, my New York accent. What's up? Great memories. It was my first professional job as a dancer. I was 19 years old when I booked my first job at Disney World. And it was the most amazing cast of people. I don't want to go away without saying, mentioning my love for Kelly Rice, who was my roommate for my time at Disney, and unfortunately has passed. I haven't spoken to many of you in years, but I flew out to LA right before Kelly passed, and I got to be with him in his final day. And he was a special part of my life, and you all were. It was a great time, and I hope I get to see you all someday. So I hope you enjoy the evening. Thank you again, and I hope you have a great night, and I hope to see you guys soon.
Yeah. Love you, Georgie.
Oh, nice.
Heather,
Wow. Oh, Heather.
Oh,
how
and
sweet.
Kelly.
here's Kelly.
Hey, Kelly.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to talk a little bit about Kelly and Tina? There are some of your cast members who are no longer with us, but why don't you tell us some stories about both of them?
I can
Well,
tell you a Kelly Rice story.
Oh, go.
No, you go first.
Well, I was going to say, there were at the time 2 casting directors. Ronnie Rodriguez was one, and Stacy Johnson Pugh was the other one. She was just coming in. And Stacy had worked with Kelly before and hired him out of Texas. And he came in thinking that he was Ken. And I was told that I was Ken. And when we got to the opening day where nobody knew anyone, I'm not sure if any of you remember this, but Carl and I came in with a Ken and a Stephen doll around our neck. And
I do remember that.
and I'm like, I'm going to be playing Ken. And Kelly's like, what? I thought I'm
Kid.
So he just said, hi, I'm Kelly. I'm in the show. He said it was like the most awkward moment because he's like, they told me I was Ken.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, gosh.
No.
But, you know, he had way better hair than I did. He
did.
He did. I mean, just look at him. He's beautiful. He's a perfect Ken doll.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
He was so excited the first day he got to be Ken too. I remember that day very clearly. He was so excited and proud, and I think about him a lot. I miss him all the time. And sweet Tina. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
I miss Tina.
Same.
I have a Tina story for you. Tina and I would be, for the finale, would be stage left. And I don't know how this got started, but I would walk her arm in arm right to sight line of the wall. And then she'd walk on stage and do her finale walk. And I promised her, I said, last day of this show, I will walk you on stage, downstage center. And she went, yeah, whatever. Forgot about it. And Shirley.
Oh,
Shirley.
Shirley.
And Billy, I borrowed some of your dippity-doo. You don't know, but I hair back when there was more hair. And had a tuxedo on, and I walked her out. I thought Chris Judd was going to fall down. He's laughing.
I remember that.
It's on video. Like if
Where, Andy? Where?
It's the last Barbie show. Someone's got. I think it's on YouTube. But I have an old VHS copy of that. And so I walked her on stage, and I could have been so fired for that, you know. But, roll the dice on that one. I got fired later. Took 20 years, but I got, but yeah, that's not. And so we came off stage, and she was just laughing so hard. It was a big hug and like a great moment to us. It was really sweet.
Tina was great because she did several roles in the show, and she also got to play Barbie a few times as well. And that it was such a bright spot for her because she never really considered herself a singer. And we just, because we were all so close and tight and so supportive of each other, we were just, you can do it, Tina, you can do it.
Yes, so
It
encouraging.
was just fantastic. Yeah, that was such a great moment when she got to do that.
Tina was such a special soul.
You ended up doing
I'm
the horseshoe with
tearing
her
up.
after, right?
Yeah, we did
Yeah.
horseshoe
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, we
And
all got
Keys,
to do horseshoe together.
Yeah.
Kezia, I remember the morning you called me and
Oh,
told me, "Oh my, I'm."
I know.
That was a hard one.
Yeah.
It really was. It
She was
was so
also my
unexpected.
neighbor. We
Yeah.
built houses at the same time across the street from
Hmm.
each other,
hmm
Yeah.
so we were really close. But people
Special.
taken too young.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We several. I mean, because Eric.
Oh, Eric
Oh
Postulate.
my gosh.
Yep.
Yep.
And
That was a hard one.
and then
Lance?
He was my roommate.
Ooh,
Eric.
that was a tough one too.
Yeah.
Eric was.
And then one of the other dancer boys. I'm trying to remember what his.
And Lance?
Yes,
Oh.
Lance. Lance passed
Yep,
as well.
we lost too many.
Yeah.
Too early.
We did.
Yeah. Oh, so sad.
I
But we were
texted-
so blessed to have known them and to have worked with
Yep.
them. And
Absolutely.
again, it was that cast that just so close. I mean, Andy, you know too. I mean, just
Really, yeah. I've been saying this for years, to echo what you were saying earlier. You know, all my time in, you know, the business, I've never worked with the cast and crew as tight as Barbie show.
Yeah.
And I've said it for years, and I mean every word of it. You know, it was we've all worked shows, and they all come and go, and you know, we all have special bonds that we have during those shows. But this one was special, man. It was, you know, so we went through so much
We
in the
did.
beginning, and everyone just we all gelled. It was all, even the new guys who came in with the tech crew felt it. I forget the girl's name. She was she looked down on the crew, and I forget who it was who pulled her aside and said, "Don't mess with our crew," and just read her the riot act. And you know, that's you know, solidified it for me. Like, you know, this cast is the best. No
Yeah.
doubt.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
And now
And
shout
our
out to
Golden
Krabby too.
Barbies, our
Oh,
Golden
Krabby.
Barbie awards that we had. Actually, they were the Golden.
Right. The Golden
The
Ken
Golden
Awards.
Ken Awards.
And then there was one Golden Barbie that was presented to the special
still
one.
had mine.
the Golden
yeah.
Ken one.
Yes, the Golden Ken Award.
Yeah.
Oh, backstage. Look at that.
Yeah.
Gosh, look at how much hair I have.
Oh,
Oh,
wow. Look at that
same.
hair. Look at all that hair, Billy.
So David Fisher, the dresser, is in the chat, and he said that that Kelly loved his hair more than Billy does.
Ah!
Really? I didn't know that.
Wow. That's
So the Golden
great.
Kens, was that like every year that you guys got to do that, or?
I think we did it for 2 years. It was at a party that we have. One of them was at Matt Conover's house, I know.
Mm-hmm.
We did that. That was the first one. But Carl and I made all those. We bought a bunch of Ken dolls and spray painted them and put them on stands. And we had our one Golden Barbie. I think Matt Conover actually won the first one.
Oh.
I don't remember who won the next Golden Barbie, but I love these pictures. Whose were those?
Yeah.
these
Where are
are
these
so
pictures
fun.
coming from?
I think Beth
I
sent
think
me
those are
some.
mine.
Oh,
Yeah,
Nice.
those.
kept them over the years. That's why I texted Beth today. I'm like, guess what I found on my old hard drive? These photos you sent me from like 10 years ago.
Wow.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So Tammy,
And-
you
and-
were 5 when you came to the show?
I never saw the show in person. I got to see it on VHS tape. That was where my obsession started. So, and apparently I wasn't alone. I was like, I didn't know there's a cult following for this VHS tape. I'll tell you that.
It
So
is. It
was
really is.
great.
It really is.
But I always wish I could have seen it. I wasn't even born yet. So if that's, maybe I
Oh,
shouldn't have said
I
that.
gotta go now.
There was a girl that started playing Nemo in the Nemo show, and when she found out that I was Ken in the Barbie show, she just became so different because she idolized that show, and then it was just so funny. Like, her name was Julie Frost. She lives in Texas now, but she was the biggest Barbie fan, and it was so fun, to say, "Oh, I saw this when I was like 3, and now we're."
But we had so many pictures and so many videos, and I guess we had a huge fan base. So we would get, people would be standing on the side of the stage just handing us pictures. So I have tons of pictures.
Look at that.
Andy, what is that? Oh, look.
Nice.
Oh, I love that.
That's awesome.
I've got some more too here. Let me go through the.
You got some more car. I love that car, by the way.
All right, guys,
I
ready
love
for
that
this
car.
one?
That was cool.
Oh gosh.
All right, this will break your hearts.
Oh, Krabby. Is it gonna be Krabby?
Krabby.
Oh.
Oh.
You're watching us from heaven.
Yeah.
And Krabby was in the crew team. What did he get to do?
Yes.
Yeah.
Krabby, one of
He
our
was part of the
Yeah, he was one of our
and
sound techs.
he was anything but Krabby. And that's that
Hey,
is
Aw.
Krabby.
One of my
I remember
favorites.
that day.
He just
Yeah.
has to be it. Oh gosh, I love it.
Oh,
They always
these
say,
are
no
great shots.
pictures backstage. Like, okay. Sure.
Okay.
Well, let
Do
me
you
play
remember
Gina's
when,
message too. Sorry, I'm going to jump in. I'm just going to have play Gina's message. She wanted to say
Oh,
hello
yeah,
too because she couldn't make it. So here she is.
Hey Barbie cast, it's Gina Hatch, aka Nia. I am so excited to be celebrating Barbie Epcot 94. It was a fantastic cast to be a part of. That was my first show at Walt Disney World, and I have nothing but wonderful memories of laughter, love, and hard work that we got to perform a wonderful show every day together and also do Jolly Holidays. I am missing Tina and Kelly Rice and loving all the wonderful people that I got to meet there. My best to each one of you, and thank you for the memories and the fantastic time that I had performing with each of you. Sending you my love. Mwah!
Oh, very sweet, Tina.
So sweet.
That's
cool.
awesome. Well, here are some more photos of these beautiful
Oh,
costumes that we
wow.
got to see.
Oh.
Petra.
I love that photo.
And Colleen, is that her name? Colleen?
Colleen, yeah.
Colleen. Yes.
Yeah, she was a
said
Barbie sub
Courtney.
as well. She did
Yeah,
Barbie.
Durla.
Dervon.
Devon. Petra. Kezia.
Yes.
Oh, there's my satellite dish.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a big hat.
Look at that.
Felicia.
Look at Lori.
Lori.
Oh.
Lori and
Melissa Fair watching.
I actually have Lori's costume. I was that was actually
That's
somebody found
right.
these Barbie costumes in a consignment shop in Florida
That's
and
right.
said, "Do you want them?" Because they knew I liked them.
Oh
So I
my
texted Beth and
gosh.
Billy and I was like, "Are these real?" Because I sent you pictures,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Yeah,
You're
they are. They're the real
kidding.
thing." Yeah,
Oh my
I have one of them
goodness.
tonight. I have
Oh,
Heidi's.
really?
Yeah, let me
Oh,
show this.
That
to
is
you.
Heidi's
Oh.
costume.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shot. Oh my
There it
goodness. That was
It
Heidi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it says
Heidi,
her
yeah,
name
she was one of our.
inside.
Oh, yeah, Heidi.
Yep, that's it.
Heidi Nashville.
That's so
Yep.
And her
cool.
skirts over here too. I have both
Yes.
pieces.
She was
But
one of
yeah,
our-
it was
Cool.
just really cool to find these. And the last costume piece this person found was one for Tina's. So it has her name in the costume piece. So I have that here too. It's nicely preserved and everything. So hopefully if I ever get to meet all of you guys for an in-person reunion, I will bring all of them with me.
Were you
Oh,
last-
yeah.
the last
We should
time
do
you did
another
that
one.
Barbie Con, or why were you? Remember, I showed up and I had my Ken shirt on, but Tina's costume was right there on that.
Yes, Tina's was there. We were at Retro WDW. It's like a podcast that they host, and it was Retro Magic. So Billy came in and sang with me. So we got to sing together. We matched and everything, and that was the coolest thing ever. I got to sing with Ken. And then I brought all the costumes with me, pretty much, and they put them on display. So I have some pictures. I'll text them to you guys so you have
It was a
them.
very
Yeah, that
humbling
was-
experience because I sat at the table and no one came to say hi.
Oh.
They were probably
Really?
intimidated by
I wonder why.
Heidi.
Lori.
Our
You're
friend who
famous.
found the dresses did come up and talk to you though for a while though, because we were trying to like figure out where did she get them, you know what I mean? So we were talking about that too. But
Yeah.
no, everybody loved you. They loved us performing at the beginning. Like Billy did this whole introduction about how he got to open Epcot because you were opening day performer, and we got to see you on the screen performing, and then we saw you in person. So everybody was really impressed. Okay, they loved you.
Well, I was still breathing. That's what I
We should do another little get together at Epcot,
Yeah, and it
like
was
we
like
did a few years ago.
Kezia, you, Beth.
Yeah, we did
Yeah.
it like 5 years ago.
Was it 5
I'm down
already?
though.
I think
Let's
it was
do
the
it.
50th anniversary. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think David Chenault came by.
Oh,
Fun.
that's
Oh
late
my
night
gosh.
shenanigans.
Oh my goodness. Late night.
It's Scott Smith with a hat on there.
Yeah.
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 Oh my God.
Oh,
Oh, the
in the
studio.
The
studio.
recording session.
Oh, in the
Yeah.
recording studio.
you remember these nights? We were rehearsal all
I
day.
remember the height of that ceiling.
Yes. So that was at Stark Lake Studios in Ocoee. And we were up, I think we were up for like 48 hours straight because we'd go to rehearsal in the studio to the stage, and then we'd go record at night, then we'd go back to the rehearsal in the studio, then go to the
Yes.
stage, then go record
And then they would
again.
change it, and then we go back in the studio and have
And
to
then they would
change it.
change it.
Yeah. Then we have to do
Oh
it all
my
again. Do it all again.
Wow.
In all of my performing career, that was the hardest show to get on its feet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I
I've
don't
never
think
ever
everyone
seen a
knew
show
that
like
we. I don't
have
think
so many
everybody knew that we
rewrites.
laid down our own tracks though.
You want to hear one of the recording tracks from the recording studio? Here's the finale. Let's see if it will play.
You've got the touch. Barbie touch. All you gotta do is accessorize. It's a trend. It's a phase. It's the latest fashion craze. You've got the Barbie touch today.
Anything?
Oh, I
Awesome.
didn't
think
hear
this
any of
session-
it.
The picture, if you're looking at the screen on the right-hand side, that has to be something with the jungle because all of you girls were in the jungle number.
It's a jungle. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Wow.
looks like Kim is saying jungle.
Okay, so what's happening here?
Oh
So
my.
fun.
Backstage shenanigans.
We would dress like each other.
Yes.
We would put on
Is
different
that you in
wigs
Carl's
and costumes.
That's me wearing Carl's costume.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Honestly, that's the way to do this because it is the Barbie show, and what girl did not dress up Ken in Barbie costumes and vice versa? Okay, so it really it happened with the dolls. Happening in real life is hilarious.
Oh, God.
So we got the Ken Awards. Okay, what's happening
Oh.
here?
Oh, that's
Well, that was Lori and Carl
so much fun.
being Black Barbie and Black Ken and tying
Oh.
White Barbie and White Ken up.
I have that video somewhere because Bill was visiting at the time, and we went to lunch and we came back, and you and Carl and Lori were dressed up like Barbie and Ken, and they're like, "We're taking over the show."
That's funny.
Somewhere I have this video, and I will find it, and it will be hilarious.
That picture is
amazing.
priceless.
Yes.
Wow.
oh
Oh,
my goodness.
Oh, look at Stacy.
Oh, I love all of these pictures and videos.
so
And
great.
Debbie.
Is that Kelly on the bottom right on the left photo?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Pigtails?
Yep.
That was
Kelly.
his face.
Yep.
Yes.
He got his pigtails in.
Yes.
Hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
And of course, we
That's
saw the
all good.
bald.
Yes.
These are another some of
Here's
Al's
Al.
photos.
Yeah.
Al Teller.
Al, he's
Al
amazing.
Doll.
Oh,
I remember that party
this
so
was,
well.
I think this was at the Golden Barbies.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
at
it
Macro.
was.
Yeah.
That was at the
Yes.
first Barbie party at Matt Conover's.
Yep.
And Billy, you and Carl thought it was funny to take things from Matt's house and put them in my bag.
Why does that not surprise me?
Oh,
I thought, Remember that? You thought I
Well,
was
who
going
was
to
the
tell you
least
the
likely
necklace
person
there.
to steal anything would be Beth.
Exactly.
So we put stuff in her thing. Oh my God.
All the time. We'd go to Mexico and I'd come home and there's like a chip basket in my bag. You would steal things and put them on my stuff all the time. And how do I go to Matt Conover and go, I'm sorry, but these Dutch magnets from your fridge?
Just happened to wind up in my bag.
I don't know how.
I love it.
So what were your favorite songs from the show, or a favorite moment from the show? What did you like the best that you always look forward to performing?
Oh, Forever
I love
Friends.
the jungle.
Oh, me too. The jungle was my
See, I
favorite.
like the beach.
The
I liked
jungle was so
hula-hooping.
fun.
Hula-hooping on the surfboards was so fun.
Running around in a little bathing suit was not fun for me.
Yeah.
But I loved the jungle thing.
Yeah, we had a great time in the
Australia,
jungle.
yeah.
Oh, the stuff we used to do on stage.
And Billy, the way you could throw me around, and the one time that you dropped me, and I never thought I'd ever be flung in the air again, but we did it. Because I'm not a dancer. Let's be honest. I am not a dancer, and I was put in a cast of dancers. But we lived.
You did
We
really
lived to
great,
tell.
Beth. They filmed you, and you're on that tape, and you're doing quite well. So it
Thank
looked
you.
great.
Now,
And then
some of
poor
the
Beth,
things you had in
when
the
they said,
beginning-
you're going to have to do point. And she's like, what?
Yeah.
More fog. I need more fog.
One of the videos you showed in the beginning had me tossing Heather. We threw you over, and we did 3 of them, and we kept having to run to the next person
Yep.
to toss. Yeah.
Yeah.
Heather was like 2 pounds. I was like
Fearless, too. Heather was
Yes.
fearless.
Yeah.
Did you get to keep any merch or any costume pieces, anything you get to take home? I know I found these pins that they had online of the Magical World of
cute.
Barbie, but I was curious
Oh,
if you
nice.
guys ever, there's anything else you got.
Yeah, I got the dolls.
And
I got
then
my Barbie doll still in the box, signed by Beth.
Oh, nice. Oh, wow.
Let me zoom in.
Oh, I
Oh,
love
that's
that.
cool.
Oh,
That's very cool.
that's
First
great.
edition.
Yeah, no, we didn't get any of our costume pieces. We didn't, we didn't get any of those things. That stayed, in our dressing rooms, and that was it.
very last day, Yuko, remember
the
Yuko, who was
I
our
remember
big
Yuko.
super fan from Japan.
Yep.
She got one of
Oh,
the
yeah.
text gave her one of the gorillas at the end.
Oh,
With, remember when the
Yes.
gorillas would go
Yep.
swinging at the end of
Yes.
the number, they'd let them
Mhm.
down. She walked away with one of those. And
Oh,
I
that's
got
cool.
the fly. I don't know how I got it. Somebody
you
gave it to me.
did.
That
And
fly was hysterical.
Tammy bid on it.
Tammy
and
bought it.
And she bought it.
Yes, I did.
Wow.
It's here in the house. I'm that big of a fan, y'all. Sorry.
Now, last
Laura
year for
Haynes has one of
Christmas,
those gorillas too.
who did?
Laura Haynes, Ricky.
Oh, yeah.
She's got a gorilla still hangs in her garage.
Oh, wow.
I love that.
I have one of
Now,
those
That's
magnetic
awesome.
signs that used to hang up promoting the show out in the front. It's on my water heater in my garage.
Oh,
That's good to know. So last year, my kids bought me the Bob Mackie Barbie, the collectible.
nice.
I have one. I don't have it, but I have one of them, and it's very special to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Great
That's so
idea,
sweet.
kids.
Yeah.
Very special.
Yeah.
So, Cathy and Sandy, I have a question for you all. When were you brought into the show? Like, how long before the show started did you all start working on the costumes and wig designs and things?
Well, I know when I was brought in, like months and months ahead of time, when we actually had meetings with Mattel out in California.
Oh.
And that was when the show was still in concept, and that's when they had presented a concept for the show. This is before anything happened on the stage, and Mattel had nixed the whole thing that they had written, the whole show that they had storyboarded, and so that happened that was in July, I believe. before the show
Susie,
opened.
you wrote the show and then Mattel nixed it?
Yep.
Wow.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. So then we
Because
had to
then
start
Mattel
over.
wrote the show and Disney nixed it. So
Yeah.
boom, round,
You have
round.
two powerhouses. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's when, so I know that at that point I was there with Lynn and she had started on her concept designs and, but then we sort of had to start over from that point too. So it was a lot of really long days and long nights trying to, we would be there in the office until very late at night. She really liked being collaborative and she wanted me there with her when she's thinking and sketching and coming up with ideas. And so we would, I would sit there in her office and we'd talk about ideas. It's like, what about this? And what about that? And the different countries and what are the looks going to look like? And what are we going to call them? And all those sorts of things. And we'd be there some very, very long days. And then, long shopping trips to New York to try and find all the materials for all these costumes. That was quite a feat too.
Yeah, well, all the costumes were absolutely gorgeous. Out of all the shows that I've ever performed in, I can definitely say that during the Barbie show, it was the most incredible costumes that we've ever
I
worn.
must say that Lynn Ford, of all the designers I ever worked with, she just had this amazing ability to make, especially women, look amazing, no matter what their size, their height, whatever. She knew how to make girls look incredible. And she just had this amazing talent. And, she's very special.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
It really was.
Sandy, did you guys work on the upkeep of the costumes? So for instance, I'm just curious how it works to clean them. So obviously you're not cleaning them every day. Is it like every other day, or especially with these big ball gowns, how was that even possible with this type of show? I feel like it's a little bit more different than the, Kids of the Kingdom where you had like those short outfits, but the balls,
Oh, shoot.
No, I was part of the production beforehand, and we did all the fittings and things when things got recast or we needed to replace a costume. But the day to day, I know that there's a lot of spraying out of costumes, airing them out, and they get cleaned when they're needed to be cleaned. Specialty cleaners, obviously. They just can't go to the regular laundry. So, yeah.
Now, Tammy, you did show a picture of Beth and I in the back, and you saw all those chairs lined up. You saw how many chairs there were. So everybody had their own chair with the costumes stacked on top of each other from the last costume to the first one they were changing into. Look at that.
Yep.
That was when you go backstage.
That was us.
Everyone had their chair to go to. And, look at how stacked they are.
And there's so many changes and so many fast changes. And your dressers were amazing. They had
Amazing.
We had lots
We never
of quick
sat
changes.
down.
We didn't sit down. It was no time to sit down. As soon as you went backstage, you were immediately going into your next costume. You were taking off your sneakers, putting on your boots, tying your boots. Then you take off your boots, then you put on your heels, and it was very busy. But how many costume changes did we have? Was it 4 during the show?
I feel like 5.
Oh,
I don't know
no.
why. I feel like it was 4 wigs and 5 costumes.
Yeah. And no mirrors back there. Just
David says we washed when they needed it, was an off-property cleaners. We also hand washed a lot.
Yep.
He would know.
Yeah.
He also says putting Tabasco sauce on Billy's straw right before the last number.
Classic.
Who did that?
They were horrible to me, Tammy.
You deserved all of it.
Beth, I think that picture was on your last day that we took back there.
Probably.
Yes. And we took that during the opening number when they were all out on stage dancing their butts off. And we got to sit back there, get into the car, and then take off. That was awesome.
I remember Carl hiding in my skirt, like the Barbie skirt for the finale. I would go step into it, and there's Carl. Or he'd put ice water in my gold heels. Like I would go step into my heels, and it's full of ice water. We had a lot of pranks. But then I would put baby powder in his pith helmet, and he'd put it on. be a gray-haired man, and there's nothing anyone could do. So
there you go.
We had a good time.
We're
Truly
so
was.
professional.
The audience never knew. I hope no one thinks that the audience. No one
Except
ever
the
knew.
day that I had gel in my hair. They knew
Well,
that.
Yeah, they did know that day because your hair was a mess.
Do y'all remember when we did? It was Easter, and I hid Easter eggs all over the stage for everyone to hunt for
Oh
during
my
the show.
Yes. So
It
fun.
was a good time. It was a good time.
Heather, stop talking. You are just taking up all the time, Heather.
Yeah, I think you muted yourself, darling.
I
There you
did.
go.
I'm so sorry. I had to run away for a second. My internet keeps going in and out though, so I'm missing some of this.
It's okay. Well, you'll be able to play it back for sure. We were just talking about Billy getting Tabasco sauce on his straw. Uh-oh, she's
I wanted
skipping
to
down. No.
say too, when they were talking
I
about
know you keep freezing.
the change in the show, when we all did the Maryland version after the first version was done, and Heather, her name was oh gosh, it just went click. Wendy. No, what was her name? The lady from Mattel. Oh, I say her name.
Not Marilyn Magnus?
No, she was the producer. No, the Mattel lady with the long blonde hair.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't remember her
Yes.
name.
I say her name. Click. I call her click.
Elaine.
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 Click.
I remember
Yes.
that night.
So her name was Elaine, and she was watching the entire show. Now we had taken Forever Friends out of the show because it was kind of it was a beautiful number, but in Marilyn's view, it was kind of a downer closer. So Marilyn did this, oh, you gotta have friends, big tap number, these gorgeous costumes that we wore. And then they had these risers. And at the end, Barbie and Ken would go on these risers and they would go up at the same time. And we'd have poles that we were hanging on. So we'd be up in the air. She was so mad.
She went ballistic. Yeah.
You take what they did in the Barbie movie about how non-essential Ken is. He's he's just Ken, and that's what it was. She turned around, and all you heard was click, 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 going up the ramp to go yell and saying, "There is no way that Barbie and Ken are going to be on the same level. Barbie is above everyone. Barbie and." That you have to change that number. There's no way. We're not letting this show go up with that number on there. So then we had to go back and do Forever Friends again. And so then they kind of compromised, and that became our finale again. So that
And didn't Disney Disney bought the rights to that from Bette Midler. And then we didn't use it. And we didn't use it.
We never used it.
But then we
definitely-
learned But then we learned the sign language with it. Do you guys remember the sign language? I don't remember
Yeah.
the sign
Oh,
language.
yeah.
I was actually going to ask that. Can I play the song and can you do the sign language with it? Here we go.
yeah.
Ready? Here we go.
I remember.
Kim was looking like, I don't remember.
Oh, yes. Join our hands.
Okay.
Join
our
hearts.
We're
always
together,
even when we're apart.
Our friendship grows. It never ends. And in our hearts,
we will stay forever friends.
Yep.
I love how Heather's photo is frozen and she's just she looks absolutely done.
Oh, bless her heart. She's just in shock about the whole thing. She's back.
That was a great way to end. And that was your idea too, right, Beth? Because you guys were just standing there, right? And you were like, well, let's incorporate something into this part, right?
It's an old pageant trick, so it wasn't just me, but I think we all thought that we needed something in there. So adding sign language made a lot of sense.
Did it as a joke one night, saying we're gonna end up doing sign language to this thing. So we just were faking it, and somebody went, "That's a great idea," and we were
And
joking.
you know, almost every day there was someone in the audience. I
Yep.
could tell it was touching them. I could see them out there, and they were like, "I see you." They knew,
Yes.
and so it was
It's a
awesome.
really nice moment.
That's really sweet. And,
Yeah.
and very inclusive, especially during that time period. I don't think that was much really discussed or talked about, it being more inclusive at Disney back then. So I think that was a great way, because I didn't really remember that wasn't featured on the VHS tape. So when I was talking to Beth a little bit more, she told me that story, and I'm like, that's fantastic. So I want to learn it now. I'll have to learn it for the next reunion.
Didn't we have doves go out at the end?
We did.
Of
At one
course.
point.
Yeah, in the beginning.
Did that stay the whole show, run of the show, or did that stop?
That was at the end of the show.
Andy,
I thought
Andy would know.
What's
Yeah.
that?
The
It
dove
does.
release.
At the
Did
end
we
of the
do that
show, did
forever?
we do that the entire run?
Yeah, we did the dove release
the
I
bird
missed the
guy.
first
with
part of
Jonathan
that.
The
Brunfield.
dove release at the end of Forever
Oh
Friends.
yeah.
Did that stay the entire run of the show, or did they can that for after a while?
Man, I don't remember.
I feel like it
I remember
went
the
on.
I
bird
remember
guys.
it
I
being
don't.
there.
I
Yeah.
He was
remember
there
we
the
had
whole
a problem
time.
with hawks.
I remember
Where
I
there
had
were
the
hawks.
Barbie birds in my
Where the
wedding.
birds, the hawks knew
Me
what time
too.
the show times were, and they would come out and try to pick up. the
Picking
trees.
off our doves. Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah,
So
it
was
was.
anybody
It
else
was.
mad when you saw the Barbie movie and they called every Barbie Barbie? Because when we were in Barbie school, we had names for everyone, years they were
Yes.
born, where they came from, all of this stuff, all over the world. And then the Barbie movie comes out and was like, "Hi Barbie, hi Barbie."
Hi, Barbie.
Yeah, I
mad.
was so
like,
confused.
"No, she's
No, they-
Christie,
I know.
and she's Nia, and she's."
They made us go to Barbie school and learn about our Barbie.
Yeah,
We
they
had
did.
Mattel made us learn about our Barbies. So
Yeah.
that's why when the movie came out, I said the same thing. I'm like, why are they calling everybody Barbie? Everybody,
Me
that's not Barbie.
too.
I was
Yeah.
so mad. I was so
I
mad. I'm like,
was
that's
too.
I
not
know
Barbie.
that bothered me too. Yeah, because it's like, no, there's so many more.
Yeah.
So how did Mattel approve that?
That was my Click Elaine must have been fired or something. she never would have approved that.
I know.
So with this Barbie sequel, we're just saying we need a little bit more consistency. We
Wait,
need some
There's a
names.
Barbie sequel?
Apparently they
Yeah,
announced it
there will
officially.
be.
Wow.
So can we get you guys all in it? Like, I think that they now need to
Tammy,
put
you
the
need to work
90s
your
part of
magic.
Barbie in
You
here.
need to
Work
send
your
this to
magic,
somebody
honey.
there. Because
I believe in Tammy. I believe in the powers of Tammy Tuckey.
yes, I believe in the power. Beth sings.
Magical World of Barbie 2.0.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Oh my
All of
God.
us
Bring it back to
Age.
Epcot.
The
That would be
geriatric
amazing.
Barbies.
I don't mind being Ken's father. I don't.
That would be awesome.
Grandma Barbie right here.
And Senior, Barbie Senior.
Well, I'm sure Ryan Gosling, he was an MC. I'm sure he saw you perform, Billy, when you were at Disney. So he was there during that time. So I'm sure he's seen you perform. He'll know who you are. We'll just have to send me your name.
My gosh.
So I want to show a little bit of the runway, because I feel like this is what I feel Broadway shows and movies can use a little bit more of. We just want to see these costumes. And when I saw the Cher show last year with the Bob Mackie costumes, and they did a runway just like this, I was like crying, because I was like, this is what I want. I'm such a girl, but I love it. You know what I mean? So let's take a look at what Disney did back in '93. Here we go. Barbie
Okay.
Touch.
When you're not happy with what you wear, and you know you gotta do something with your hair, it's time to take drastic action. Pull out all the stops. It's a fashion reaction. You take it to the very top. You've got the touch, the Barbie touch. All you gotta do is accessorize. You've got the touch, the Barbie touch. Just a trick or two, try it on for size. It's a trend, it's a phase, it's the latest fashion craze. You've got the Barbie touch today.
Wanna be what you have done here? It is fabulous!
You got the touch,
Oh, that's a good hair
the
day.
Barbie touch.
All you gotta do is accessorize. You got to touch. Barbie touch. Just a trick to try it on for size. It's trend. It's a phase. It's the latest fashion craze. You got the Barbie touch.
Mesdames
et messieurs, presenting the annual Guide des Créations International Ooh La La Festival of Fashion. You can touch it down. D-R-E-S-S. It up. The Barbie touch. You can touch it up. You can touch it down.
Eventually, I would say what to the girls.
The Barbie touch. You can touch it up. You can touch it down. Dress up, dress down. All around. D-O-U-C-H. The Barbie touch. You can touch it up.
There you go.
You got the Barbie touch today.
Oh, there's the first play.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the internationally acclaimed fashion designer himself, Guy de Cresson.
Thank you, you like me, you really like me, but I cannot take all of the credit. No, the true star of the day is the wonderful, the fabulous Barbie!
How
That's
much
so funny.
fun. I couldn't stop smiling.
So
They couldn't
good.
get that Barbie gown
That
onto the
really
runway.
Phases, because I used to introduce each girl and what country they were representing as the
Yes.
show went on. So I go, you got the touch, and then whatever Kezia was, Miss Africa, whatever.
Serengeti. She was the
Serengeti.
goddess of the Serengeti.
Goddess
Yeah,
of
we had to name them all. Yeah.
Yes. Forever Finland, I think it was
Yes.
Melissa something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, they missed out on making those as costumes for the little girls to buy, because can you imagine,
seriously.
like,
Oh,
then the girls coming in
yeah.
and
Oh,
That would have been.
gosh.
They would have
We
sold.
did have some girls come in dressed in like long pink dresses and stuff like that after we had done it for a while, or the ones who you knew really wanted to be picked to be up there and be transformed and stuff.
There was a
Or the-
mom.
Guys, do you remember the little girl? Her
Andy.
mom made
Yeah.
her a dead
Everything.
ringer costume.
And she would change.
Yeah, and she had the
Yes.
little wedding dress.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She was like
you're
4
right,
or
Andy.
5.
She would change as the show went on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Crazy.
mom and her, this was back when that half of World Showcase opened later in the day. And the mom would be at the China Bridge gate with her daughter in a stroller. And the minute that gate opened, she ran from
Wow.
China all the way around to American Adventure to Amgard to park herself in the first row.
Wow.
And we had just gotten there. I mean, we're just having
And it
coffee.
started out with one outfit. I remember it started out with one, and then it was two. And pretty soon she's literally changing clothes every time we're changing clothes.
Obsessed.
Oh,
Obsessed
gosh.
is the right word.
Yeah.
I'd love to see her now, though.
I
That was
think
Where
she
those
was
costumes
more-
are too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, let's go. Let's go.
pretty
just
iconic.
Each person, I want you to tell me one word that you think really summarizes your experience with the Magical World of Barbie. So we'll start. We'll start as we did last time. We'll make our way across the Brady Bunch board.
Oh, I guess it's me. So I guess the one word that would describe Barbie in my experience would be happiness. I had a beautiful experience in the Barbie show. I loved the cast. Every day was a happy day for me. I loved all of my costumes and the choreography and everything that I was doing. So it was just a wonderful experience. So just happiness is the best word that would describe the Barbie show for me.
Yeah. Family for me, because it truly was my second family. Like Kezia said, I looked forward to going to work, not necessarily, because doing the show was great and fun, but it was to see everybody that we had left. We were only a 5-day operation. A lot of shows at Disney are 7-day operations.
Right.
So we were the only cast. There wasn't 2 or 3
Another
casts
cast.
that you get in a show at Disney. For many shows, there's several casts to do a 7-day operation or however many shows throughout the day. But we were it. We were only 5 days, and we were the cast. And it was just such an amazing family. And you'd go in there and, with whatever techs were on that day or sound people were on or the costumers that were there or the wig people that were there. It was just such a close-knit family. And I've never experienced anything like it, and I've been with Disney for almost 43 years and in several hundred shows. But this one was so special for me. Loved it. And just so you know, I'm in the Marsha Brady spot. So, Kim, you're in the Alice spot.
I know. I just thought that. Let me go do my beehive real quick.
I mean, I got to
I'll
find
be
something
back.
positive about being on the side and not in the center.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. I just remembered that. I'm like, crap. I knew you were gonna say it too.
Okay, everyone, look at Sandy while she talks.
Okay, I think for me it was the ultimate costumer experience for this show, working with Lynn and all the different fabrics and all the different designs, and in being able to experience that from the very beginning through to see it happen. I think it was the ultimate costumer experience.
Oh, it's Alice's turn.
Yes, Alice.
I would have to
Everyone look
say
at Alice.
one word would be fun, because there was the show itself. Once we actually got going and in the groove, it was a really fun show to do. It was high energy and it was fun. I mean, there was gorillas and trees and just it was fun. And then there was all the backstage stuff that was going on, which was incredibly funny. The stuff that would happen backstage, on stage. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the after hours show.
Yeah.
What about you, Cathy?
Well, I think it was very engaging. My part with the Mattel promotional video, it took these 2 little girls and they're touring around EPCOT and they're watching the show and they see all the aspects. And then you see the kids in the audience and they love it. And they're all just projecting themselves there. It was so engaging for them. And I've taught at a community college, and some of the people were little girls that had that video. They I told them other stuff I worked on, but when I said I did that Barbie, I had that. I watched that all the time. And it made an impression. I was a new mother and I had a little girl, and I had the China doll from there, from the video, and that was, she thought that was cool that I had any connection with the Barbie show.
Wow.
I love that. Love that, Cathy. I'm so glad. See, there are other people who've watched it.
Yes.
Let's go to Bobby Brady. That's you, Beth.
I would say it was absolutely dream come true for me. I mean, I was lucky enough that my state let me give up my Miss Oregon year of service to do a year of service as Barbie, and I took it very seriously. Anytime I could possibly be of service, I tried really hard to be that Barbie for people. If the show was rained out, I would be right there signing autographs, making sure everyone felt like they didn't miss a beat, trying to meet all the little girls backstage. I loved Andy. I loved how we used to always try to give Kids the World buttons. Anytime we saw one of those, that was your fast pass to get on stage to get the Barbie Touch makeover. And we took girls in wheelchairs and walkers and anything we could possibly do. We tried really hard to make sure that we enhanced everyone's lives. And I feel like it was just such a dream come true for me. And I'm so grateful that I had such a great cast and great crew and so many people supporting this dream. Okay. Heather, you're next.
Mrs. Brady.
Y'all have made me so emotional. Oh, Heather. I don't think that I can. I could say just one word, because a few words come to mind. Billy, like you said, family. Kezia, you mentioned the word special. Cathy, you said, I can't remember the word that you said, but it was the fact that it was engaging. Thank you. And Kim, obviously it was such a fun show too. Beth making a difference. It was impactful, you know. For me personally, coming from Dayton, Ohio, it was my dream to dance at Disney. And this show was such a unique experience and introduction to professional theater, musical theater, and the cast was so far beyond description, one of a kind. And we truly were family, and we all came from our different worlds, and we encouraged one another. We were a community. We were family. We were best of friends because we did everything together. And the challenges of opening the show and getting it to the place where it finally ran, you know, after so many changes, so many challenges, it was living life with all of the struggles and I keep saying challenges because there was so many, right? Like in and out of rehearsals, changing so many things, but like pushing ourselves constantly, trying to do better, get to the right center, and balance of what Disney and Mattel wanted, and the impact of how it affected audience members, but especially those little girls and the kids in the audience, throwing beach balls with them every day. So much fun. And then the people in the cast and crew, and how we miss some of them. Stop laughing at me, Billy.
You're so cute. I just want to hug you right now.
I know. My husband's like, stop crying.
David.
It was really special.
Hey, David.
Hey, David. It was really special. I'm really grateful for the opportunity and for knowing each of you. Relationships.
Oh, we're so grateful to know you too.
Same.
Andy, you're in the Cindy Brady position. So
I'm not quite sure what to say about that. Well, everyone's kind of touched on these buzzwords, and there's family, there's love, there's engagement, and from a tech point of view, being the crew chief for the show, I was with the show right when the old stage closed and we started building the new stage. Tim Louderback, Scott Smith, and I, Ricky Gaines, we put all those lights together. They came in boxes, and we were over to Warehouse Orange building these light fixtures that hang them up in the grids. And so we all took this ownership of the whole stage, and we made it ours. We were the first crew there. And a lot of crews have come through since 30 years, but we really felt like we owned the place, and we wanted to share it. And then another, not one word, but 3 words, be the sense of humor. And I told this story with Billy at Louis Hall's Celebration of Life. He was the opening audio crew chief, and his sense of humor was so dry. He would, and I'm sure you guys remember this, he played the opening announcement or song just in the dressing room speakers. So
And freaked
everybody,
us out.
like 5 minutes before showtime. So everyone's like, "Oh my God!"
I
And
remember
people were
that.
jumping into costume. Ken Passman ran past me, pulling his pants up to get to his spot, his place outside stage left. He came back. He's like, "You can suck on me." Who knew he was up in the booth, having no idea the impact he had on everybody. It was just a great moment. But him and David Chenault put it all together. So David was a part of that little gag.
Wow.
But it was just a great time. Just fun. Like you said, the show was great. The show was fun. But everything else we did was, lifetime memories.
Mm-hmm.
Too, I know that Beth was mentioning how impactful it was for little girls and things like that too. And it was my kids at the time. I only had 3 boys at the time, and they were 9, 8, and 4 coming to watch the show. And I just remember that me just thinking it was such a boy show too, because there were Hot Wheels and there were surfboards and hula hoops and beach balls and snakes and giraffes and gorillas, and there was
submarines.
It was a great thing for both, but the girl part of it just made it so embarrassing for my boys, because they came home from school one day. This is my favorite Barbie story ever I tell. They came home from school and they emptied their backpacks into the trash. And I thought, oh, bad grades. So I went through the trash and I pulled it out, and it said Parent Career Day. And they didn't want me to go to Parent Career Day because they were embarrassed because I was Ken in the Barbie show. So they're like, Dad, you don't have to go. I'm like, oh, no, I'm going. I am going.
He's definitely going.
No, really good. You don't. So I ended up, telling the teacher I'm going to come, and they said, okay, if you could just bring a little something from what you do at work. So I brought some Hot Wheels for the boys, and I had some Barbie dolls for the girls. And I went and I spoke to the school, but I was just telling them what I did. My kids were like, oh, dear God, oh, dear God. But by the end of it, I was just talking about all these Transformers and what I got to do in the show. And I got to turn this hot air balloon into an airplane. And then I got to turn this submarine into this. And then I flew this, and then I got so it was just this Transformer Hot Wheels. So the boys were so interested in what we were doing, as well as the girls with the fashion aspect too. And I really wanted to put a different spin on it so that my kids wouldn't be so humiliated to say my dad's Ken in the Barbie show. And from that day on, forever and ever, all of their friends and all called me Ken. And they still do. Oh, your dad. Hey, there's Ken. It's your dad. And I just really wanted them to think it was cool, as opposed to be embarrassed about it. So that was such a fun moment. So I think it was great for little girls, of course. And I'm sure they had to drag boys there. But once you thought about everything that went into it, it was so good for boys too. How great was that? Remember those blowing up that hot air balloon and it didn't go up, the switch wouldn't work. You guys go, go harder. I never flipped the switch. I just did that on purpose to make them have to blow harder and longer. And then I would hit the switch.
Oh gosh, I love that. This was just so much fun to talk to all of you. Thank you so much for being a part of this reunion and telling your stories. I heard so many new ones, which was great because I'm fangirling over here still. But thank you guys so much. And thank you to everybody who's been watching. We've had a lot of people who've asked questions or just chipped in. And Andy, I'm so glad we got you from the chat on the screen. Look at that. That worked out perfect.
Yes.
Yes, and now because Cathy went out and came back in, we've swapped positions. So now Sandy's in the Alice position.
And I'm Jan.
You're Jan.
Oh my nose.
Were there any questions that people asked that we didn't answer?
I think you got to all of it, which was great. You know what I mean? I'm so glad that we got to fit everybody in, and I got to show all your photos and videos you guys sent in too. So thank you for that. If you guys, for everybody who's watching now, if you'd like to see more reunions and fun conversations like this, click that little subscribe button. You can continue the conversation with us. You can keep commenting on YouTube if you have any other questions. I'm sure we'll all be watching this back because we had so much fun doing it. You could head to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Find me at Tammy Tuckey and TammyTuckey.com. Thank you guys again. This has been such a delight. And before we leave, we do a Kodak moment. So on the count of 3, if you guys can give me your best Barbie touch smile, we're going to just make a nice photo moment. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Oh my gosh, you guys are brilliant. Thank you guys so much.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you for doing this for us.
Thank you, Tammy.
It
You
was
brought
so
us
good
all
to see
together
you
for us.
all.
It was
Good to
so
see
great to
everybody.
everyone. It's so
Can I
good to
say
see
one
you
last
guys.
thing? One
Yeah,
last
of course,
thing.
Andy. Go
And
ahead.
I've always said this in any show I've worked on, and whenever I leave to do something else, I always tell the cast and crew, never forget that you're impacting people every day. You don't know it, and you may never know who you impact. A story long ago, I was at Indiana Jones, and a little boy, we made him Indiana Jones for the start of the show. And then, long story short, my sister married his uncle, and that was a family thing. And he walked up to me at the wedding and said, "You don't remember me, do you?" Like, no, just guy's like 6'3", and like, well, I was in Indiana Jones and Lights, Motors, Action, and you're the reason I work for the circus in costuming.
Wow.
In show business. And I was like, oh my God,
Wow.
tore me up. But I was at SeaWorld after Disney, and someone asked what I did at Disney. And so I was with the Barbie show for a while. And this girl turned, she's now vice president at SeaWorld. She turned and just started crying. Like, I love that show. It was an amazing experience. I mean, she was a little girl. She's probably one of the ones that got called on stage.
Right.
But I was like, I had to walk away, I was getting all choked up. But never forget who we, who we impact. Millions of people, you guys. Billy, think of the millions of people you have entertained.
Yeah.
It's incredible, man.
I host a lot of events, and the one thing that I always can rely on to get the audience to come on my side is when I mentioned that I was Ken in the Barbie show, and for a lot of the ladies, because I do a lot of direct sales stuff, so the majority of the sales force are women, and they're all that age where they're like, oh my gosh, I love that show. So you can just, it just is such a, audience grabber. Barbie just makes everyone
Iconic.
happy. Yeah.
Barbie makes everyone happy.
Yeah.
She sure does. Well, thank you guys so much. Thanks to our
Thank you.
audience. I hope to see all of you very soon for the next 35th anniversary. Hopefully it won't be too fast, but hopefully we'll see each other. And remember, everybody, you've got the Barbie touch today. Have a good night, you guys. Thank you again so much. And it was great to see you all. Thank you again.
Thanks, Tammy.
Thanks, Tammy.
Thank you.
Love you, Mom.